So we are live. We are here today with David Lipper. And David, he was in a film, big film, in our festival the first year, The Unwilling, and 2018. And now he is here again, not with the film yet, but he was doing a webinar about filming in the new world, right?
That's right.
So, David, tell us about it. Tell us about everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having like the busiest year of my career, which is crazy because it's an off year, to say the least, with what's going on in the world. But look at how we make do. I mean, you're having this festival online, and that's kind of what we do as filmmakers. Our job is to adapt to the changes. And if you say that's not how I want to do it, or this isn't right, or it should be in a theater, you just stop yourself from moving forward in this business, and that's just death for all of us. So yeah, so I was shooting a film called Linked. It's my next horror film, which hopefully will play here one day. And it's an amazing story because it's very relevant to what's going on in the world right now. It takes kind of the setup of I Know What You Did Last Summer, where these kids did something really bad to another kid, and they got away with it. And now somebody's killing them. And is it that kid? So that's not a new concept. But in this film, I wanted to do something more important than just another film like that. The kid that was actually humiliated is a gay black kid. And so all of a sudden I brought race and gender into the mix, and my other producers were saying that's a terrible idea. You don't want to make this a racial thing. You don't want to open up that can of worms. And I said, why not? They said, because we don't want to talk about that stuff. We just want to get to the horror movie. And to me, maybe we should be talking about that. And the fact that this, this brilliant actor that I found in the audition process, who told me the stories of what happened to him, of how he was tied up in high school, beyond bullied, called the F word, called the N word, and, broken down by the bullies of his school. And the thing about today, in my day, if you got made fun of on the playground or beat up or something like that, it didn't leave the playground. Today, they pull out these things and the whole world sees it. And your humiliation now is seen by 20 million, 50 million, 100 million people. And imagine the psychological trauma that they dressed this kid up in my movie in lingerie and had a drone chasing him, and he was in high heels and he was crying and broken, and the whole world saw it. So what happens in my film is he ends up having a nervous breakdown and going to a mental institution. And 2 years later, he's out. And someone is killing these beautiful kids who are the influencers. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing a live interview. Hold on. Sorry about that. That's one of my financiers on the next one.
I just saw that you have like the flag all around you.
Yes, that's right. I'm representing the United States today.
Yeah.
Very strong ally of Brazil, may I add.
Yes.
Our presidents are good buddies. So so I wanted to actually hire influencer actors, actors that have massive followings. I wanted to make this as real as possible. And I'd say, let's talk about the two most dangerous things happening to our world right now. It's when you hurt someone, it's magnified times a million because of the web and the access for a stupid video clip to reach millions and millions of people. And the other thing is, what is social media doing to our kids? What are the dangers of social media? Funny enough, there's this documentary right now on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. And people
I heard of that. As people said that once you see that, you don't want to be on networks anymore. And I'm looking forward to, to see it.
So imagine I've cast this film in February, right, when race was not the hottest topic of the day, and I talked about the dangers of social media before this documentary was even being talked about, and now all of a sudden I'm editing the film, and they're marching down the street behind me, screaming "Black Lives Matter," and we need to talk about white privilege and racial injustice. And all of a sudden, I have a movie about white privilege. These white privileged kids get away with tormenting this black kid, and they get away with it because this is America, and those kids get away with it. And so all of a sudden, I have the very film that everybody wants to be talking about. And then in terms of the social media, how easy it is to know where you're going, who you're seeing, because I'm going for ice cream, bing, and everybody knows where I'm at what time, with who, because they're adding themselves and they're tagging themselves. So all this data, and they talk about a lot of this in the social dilemma, but all this data is being freely given out, and maybe it's being given out to people you don't want to have know where you are and with who and at what time. So all that gets explored in this film through the eyes of our hero Julie, wonderfully played by Lise Luthman, who is an up-and-comer into this influencer. You know, she actually has 100,000 plus followers on Instagram. My lead girl, Jessica Belkin, who is the it girl with all the followers, she's got over 3 million followers between her TikTok and Instagram. So so these kids are of that world. And when she's faced with the decision of, do I continue in this world or do I put this thing down and just go be a teenager? That's probably my favorite moment in the film, and you'll have to see the film to see what happens.
So, wow, you tackle on very, very serious, important issues about our society, about, you know, the social problems that we're living, and well done. I mean,
and you know,
yeah.
Look, this group here, and I'm talking to all you beautiful male and female filmmakers, our jobs as horror filmmakers, and obviously that's a genre that I'm well versed in. I wrote a horror film and starred in one that played at this festival, The Unwilling. Our job is to not just entertain. I think our job is for people to leave the theater and pose a question that they have to answer for themselves, which is, am I okay with this? And if I'm not, what am I going to do about it? So they're morality tales. Horror films, a good horror film is a morality tale that shows us just how ugly things can get if we allow certain things to happen without standing up to it. And that's what I want to keep doing. That's what I'm going to be doing in my next horror film.
I remember that on The Unwilling, you had that too. You are already bringing the social issues and moral and all that on The Unwilling film. That's very interesting already.
Yeah. The Unwilling, it was an interesting film in this sense, because I was very consumed with the idea of the 7 deadly sins. It's something that we've been handed down for as long as we've been with religion, I guess. And what are these 7 deadly sins? You have pride, you have lust, you have greed. And I wanted to explore what would happen if there was a box, if the devil had his box, his perfect box to grab souls. It would cater to those 7 deadly sins. And so each person in the cast was susceptible to one of them. You had Rich, who was the greedy one, and the box gave him a bar of gold. And when he grabbed it, that's when he got possessed by the evil entity. And then you had Michelle, who was vanity. You know, every time we introduced her, from the time she came into her entrance, she went right to the mirror and fixed her hair. Vanity ruled her. So when the box gave her a pocket mirror, she went, ooh. And that was kind of what I wanted to explore. So it came from there. And so in terms of a moral, I guess the moral that I wanted you to walk away with on that one is to say, don't ever let any one of these defects of character, these 7 deadly sins, consume our lives, that no one thing should have power over us like this. Because if we give it that power, if we give in to lust to the point where it consumes us, it will consume us. And to, again, as a morality tale in the horror movie, it consumes us to the point where we lose our lives.
Exactly.
Figuratively speaking.
And I remember that one actor that I really liked. I mean, all the actors are amazing because even you, because you play in the film. But I know that you're very much involved in the production of the film. I mean, you had a wonderful director, which was Oscar nominee director at the film. And but one kid that I really like in the film is the nephew of the I don't know, can't remember the name of the character.
Darren.
This guy, he's amazing. I mean, what an actor. He does so well his part.
He's a wonderful actor, and he started in that movie Artificial Intelligence, AI.
Oh yeah?
He was the brother of the young kid of, I think it was Haley Joel.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
He played the brother. And that's how he started his career. He's a fine actor, and he's working all the time.
And one thing that I really like in that film too is the dialogues are amazing. The exchange is great.
Jake Thomas is the name of the actor, for those who are wondering. Yeah.
I'm sorry, repeat the name because not even I understood.
Sorry, Jake Thomas is the name of that actor.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, all the actors are so great. And who else is in the film?
Dina Meyer's, I mean, a legend.
Dina Meyer, big actress.
My sister. And then, of course, Lance Henriksen, who played my dad, who's, done something like 250.
Oh, yeah. He's I mean, should we show a little bit of the teaser of that?
Sure.
So people
can see what
Okay, so let me try this.
I think I won Best Actor at your film festival for this film.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
So let me play. Hold on.
This was written by myself and Jonathan Heap, and starred myself and Dina Meyer.
Can you hear the sound?
Yeah.
How are you feeling today, Mr. Harris? Father just died.
What are you saying? That there's a ghost?
I'm not crazy.
What is it?
A box. Maybe the will is inside the box. There's no opening.
Maybe it's some kind of puzzle.
So it's like some kind of a trap.
It presents you with something that you're attracted to, and you take it, and it kills you.
You didn't believe me.
So what are you saying, that Dad laid a trap? Now it's gonna kill all of us?
You have to leave your house right now. Help me!
Oh, for God's sakes, just open the damn thing! What is it?
It's everywhere. This out!
Wow.
So it didn't really, I don't know about for out there, for mine, it didn't really play right. It was.
Yeah, it stops a little bit, but I guess it goes better when it goes, I mean, for people that are watching, it may go better, and the recording, it may be better than what we see here.
If you want to watch that trailer, just Google The Unwilling trailer. It should come up.
Yeah. And also, I mean, this is one of the best films that we've had in the festival. I mean, all the festivals. We had some amazing feature films, but I mean, this one was it's like, I don't know, because also you have the emotional side because it was the first festival and all that. But I mean, the film is so fantastic. I mean, so many things happening all the time. You're so caught up in the story. And
I'll tell you, it's hard for us to know how well a film is doing these days. unless you're tracking box office. So when I'm out on VOD and cables, I never know, is it doing well, is it not doing well? I just don't know. But what's interesting is once we went into the second window into AVOD, we got licensed by a YouTube channel called, I think it's called Movie Classics, and we have been crushing it on this thing. And I'm looking at the numbers and they're staggering. Like there's another horror film that was put up at the same time as this one, also starring Dina Meyer, but with Sean Patrick Flannery instead of David Lipper. And they're at like under 200,000 views, and we're at approaching 6 million views. I mean, it's insane.
Oh my God. Okay, wait, stop. Because the last time you spoke to me, you said it was like 1 million views. Now you have like 6 million views. I mean,
in 1 year, it's about 1 year exactly now since they posted it up.
Jesus, this is amazing.
1 year. So it's wild. And the comments, that's where like you can see the engagement, the thumbs up and the comments are through the roof. I've never seen that kind of engagement where, you know, we're talking about 30 or 40,000 comments and most of them positive. Many, you know, 90% of the thumbs up, or maybe 10% are thumbs down. And that's huge to see that kind of approval. So I was very excited to see that on a bigger scale like that, than like a few comments on Amazon or something that you don't know how to skew that. This, you know, when you have 30,000 comments, that's like, wow, okay, now I have a real focus group here to tell me if they liked the movie and what they liked and what they didn't like. And it was great to see people respond in this way. Yeah.
And what about, do you want to tell us about the other film that you're working on now that you just did during the pandemic?
Right, because, you know, this is not enough film for me. So I've got a comedy called Reboot Camp. And we started filming this a year ago, and we just finished it. We finished the sound mix. It is delivered to the Austin Film Festival, where we'll be premiering. It starts October 22nd, that festival. And it's called Reboot Camp. And I got a huge...
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll walk away with some good awards like a year festival.
But I was going to mention the following. I mean, comedy is also not a new thing for you because you worked with a comedy for a long time as well, right?
Right. I started on a show called
Full
House.
actor.
Yeah, Full House was a very big comedy out here, and I was brought back even for the reboot, which was called Fuller House, that Netflix made that just ended a 5-year run. Yeah. So
is it on now on Netflix?
On Fuller now, House? Yeah.
And you're there?
Full House and Fuller House, I think.
So we can watch you?
You sure can. I was Viper, DJ's boyfriend.
I'll watch you. You know I'm a big fan. I'll watch you every day if I have to.
Uh-huh. So yeah, it was great to get back to comedy. And the whole thing about this is the writer-director, Ivo Raza, approached me and he said, I want to do this film and it's got to be you, which I was flattered about. I said, okay, great. He wanted me to star in it. And I said, who's producing this for you? And I met his producer and I said, this guy's never going to get this movie made. He's like, well, can you get it made? And I said, I mean, I can, but it's so much work to put these little movies together. But I want to do it. So let's go. And what happened was the most magical experience I've ever had in the movies. I mean, everybody said yes. I got Ed Begley Jr., who's the go-to guy for mockumentaries. This is a mockumentary like Spinal Tap or Best in Show. He's been in 15 of them. David Koechner is one of the best stand-up comics out there today, who's also on a show with Begley called Bless This Mess. Got him. Ja Rule, the rapper, got him. Lindsay Shaw from Pretty Little Liars, got her. And it just goes on and on and on. And then I got huge reality stars like Johnny Bananas and Corinne Olympios, all playing themselves, who come to meet the guru.
Really?
At Reboot Camp. So
oh my God.
In this movie, I had to create a character for this guru. And I'd watched a documentary called Holy Hell on Netflix about a French guru of sorts who was a total con man, and walking around in his Speedo, and I said, that's the guy. I said to the director, that's the character I'm gonna make for the Reboot Camp guru guy. So if you want to put that trailer
I'll put that on, but you know, I was missing. See how important it was to do this interview, because I was missing all these details when you showed me this. You didn't tell me all that backstory there. Okay, so let me try.
And you know, Billy Morrison plays himself, who's a big plays with Billy Idol. I mean, just all kinds of celebrities who did cameos.
No,
So
and it's funny because you play the guru, and I've seen the trailer.
French Canadian guru named Gordon Saint-Pierre at your service.
Yeah, and no, and it's funny because now that you're telling me this, that all these people were coming to be, you know. Oh wait, hold on. Play. Tell me if you have sound. Yeah?
Most of us, he was more than just a guy. He was our spiritual leader.
John, I want you to talk to yourself now.
Oh,
This is you at 14.
You're out here, you're selling drugs, you're having sex with grown women. Straighten up right now, before it's too late. Stop and stop selling drugs.
Can I be the 14-year-old him?
Who am I? What should I be? Who should I be?
It was a great concept. We would create a larger-than-life personality with a unique self-help program and document the process.
His teachings were eccentric.
The stupider the approach, the more people loved it.
Today we're going to dump the virus and the malware into the toilet. Hey, qu'est-ce que tu fais, toi? No, it's a figurative dump.
What's funny is our teachings actually worked. Word got out, people just started showing up.
Listen, there are two kinds of yoga. We have the restorative. We bring in the white light. And then we have the hangry yoga where we let it out.
Son of a bitch!
My wife convinced me to go to one of the events.
Oh, take the love, Jean.
Okay, I'm really not comfortable with it.
We had created a cult. Seymour wasn't Gordon anymore. He was now the Sherpa.
There's this saying, you don't know you're in a cult until the last 10 minutes.
They were making a documentary, and he was taping people having sex.
I actually knew from the beginning that he was a fake.
This whole project is about fakeness and fake people, Mom.
You don't feel responsible for duping people?
Duping? No, this was investigative filmmaking.
Set us free. Set us free. Set us free.
Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Wow. So I was laughing here, and it's so funny, so amazing. I'm sure it will play nicely when people watch it. And if it doesn't, people can go and look for the teaser. But it's funny also to see that so many people there, like hugging each other and being together and all that. And now we're living
rules in that movie, 60, which is not easy to
my
pull off our budget with. So
no,
yeah.
but think about it. Now we are like during the pandemic, and we need to keep distance.
I know.
You wouldn't be able to make this film
No.
if you were a little bit late. You wouldn't be able to do it.
I mean, look at Linked though. Linked, I finished shooting March 20th. They locked down LA, and that's when I finished. I had to stop early because they locked it down. So I really went right to the pandemic. So that was.
But for Link, you finished Link, the shooting. You got everything you needed, or you needed
Nope,
to shoot
I got
something?
almost everything I needed, and then I grabbed a drone and filled in pieces that I had to put in to make, like, the master wide shots, establishing shots. That's what I had to go pick up, and I made it work. And I had a party scene to shoot that I couldn't shoot, that I only got to shoot the close-ups and the pieces before the lockdown. So I owed the master shot of people in the pool and the DJ spinning, and I had some people over, and I just shot one corner, and it looks great. But it was tricky,
The solutions that you have to find to finish the film. But I saw
They'll be amazed.
It's a shame we can't show it, but I saw it, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Soon,
amazing.
after the festival, after probably in like a month, I'll have that movie finished.
Well, we are crossing our fingers for you. It's going to be a huge success, I'm sure.
Thank you
And
so much.
thank you
can
so much
follow
for
it-
being here.
Follow it at Linked Movie on Instagram, Reboot Camp at Reboot Camp, or you know, and they'll be out soon.
I'll put in the link here on the. You have like, can you put in the link here?
Sure.
Or send it to me, and I'll put it for the people to see. It's so good to have you finally in Brazil, because we tried to make it happen in 2018, and then in 2019 we tried to, and you were shooting, we couldn't, and we need to make it happen for real. I mean, this is for real, but I mean for real, in next year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just typing in. This is the one. That's the Instagram for Linked Movie.
That's okay.
And then Reboot Camp is Reboot Camp Film.
I'll just put it in the chat so people can go there and follow. And
you can always follow me at David Lipper.
Yeah. So here, did it go? No, wait. Okay, now it went. And then the last one is
at David
Reboot
Lipper.
Camp and David Lipper.
At Reboot Camp Film and at David Lipper.
That's
at
wonderful.
At Reboot Camp Film and at David Lipper. Those are the three.
And how is the weather in Los Angeles? You're in Los Angeles right now,
Beautiful.
right?
80s and sunny. All good here.
What about the fires and all that? Did it stop?
Thank God it's finally cleared up. It was terrible. The air was not breathable, and now it's good again. So, or better.
And what about COVID there? Is it under control?
Well, we've had it went way down, and now there's a little bit of a uptick after Labor Day weekend when people were out and having fun. But we're doing okay compared to many places.
Keep safe.
Okay, love to you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, David. Bye-bye.
Okay.